Bismillahi wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Al-Hiwar al-Thani, dialogue number 2. Unzur, look, wastami' and listen, wa'id and repeat. So here inshallah, first I will read the dialogue for you and I would like you to read with me so that you can practice speaking as well, speaking Arabic, and then inshallah we will look at the meaning. Muhammad, assalamu alaikum. Sharif, wa alaikum assalam. محمد من أين أنت؟ شريف أنا من باكستان. محمد هل أنت باكستاني؟ شريف نعم أنا باكستاني. وما جنسيتك أنت؟ محمد أنا تركي أنا من تركيا. شريف أهلا وسهلا. Now let's look at the meaning. The first one, Assalamu alaikum, and we have taken it before in the first part of the lesson, which is basically an Islamic greeting for all the Muslims. And then we say wa alaikum assalam, that also means the same, and peace be upon you. Then Muhammad says, Min aina anta, where are you from? Min aina anta, and we have taken anta, that is used for the second person masculine. And as we can see in the picture, here we have two males in the picture, so that's why we will say Min aina anta. Sharif says, Ana min Pakistan. I am from Pakistan. So here we have the new pronoun, which is Ana. That means I. I am from Pakistan. Muhammad, hal anta Pakistani? Are you from Pakistan or are you Pakistani? And here we have the question word, that is hal, that is also used to ask a question. Hal anta Pakistani? Sharif, na'am, yes. So when you want to say yes, you will say na'am. Ana Pakistani, I am Pakistani. Wa ma jinsiyatuka anta, and what is your nationality? We have learned previously that when you use anta after the connected or the attached pronoun ka, so for ka you are using anta, so it is used for further emphasis. For example, kayfa haluka, and when you say kayfa haluka anta, that is more powerful. Muhammad, ana turkiyun, ana min Turkiya. So Muhammad says, I am Turk, I am from Turkey. And Sharif says, Ahlan wa sahlan, welcome. And please remember that these two words are always pronounced as we can say with two strikes, or we can say with tanween, which is basically called fathatan. Ahlan wa sahlan. Now, if you look here, something new that we have learned today. So we have hal. Hal is basically used to ask yes, no question. And if the answer is yes, you will say نعم. هل أنت باكستاني؟ نعم أنا باكستاني. هل أنت طالب؟ نعم أنا طالب. So it can be is and it can be are depending on who you are talking to. Then we have learned about ana, that is used for myself when the person talks about himself. So he says ana, that means I. And here we have ya, that always comes with the tashdid, and this is a different ya that we have learned in the first part. The one that we have learned in the first part of the lesson, that ya is used for possession. For example, you say kitabi, my book, qalami, my pen, jawali, my phone. But this is a different ya, which always comes with the tashdid, and this is called ya of association. Association means when you want to talk about what or which place do you belong to, or what thing belongs to you. For example, if someone is from Pakistan, he says Pakistani yun. If someone is from Turkey, he says Turki yun. If someone is from America, he says Ameriki yun. If someone is from India, so he says Hindi yun. So you have to remember that this ya is different from the one that we have learned previously. The one that we have learned earlier, that is used for possession, and this is used for association. For example, if someone is from Mecca, we say Makkiyun, and if someone is from Medina, we say Madaniyun. So this is ya of association. Al-Hiwar Uthani, dialogue 2. انظر واستمع وأعد, look, listen and repeat. Now we have the similar kind of situation, but you can see here the gender is different. And here we can see that there are two women and they are talking to each other. And we know that in Arabic, when the gender changes, we know that the Arabic language also changes. So we need to be very careful about that. Mariamu, assalamu alaikum. Zainabu, wa alaikum assalam. You might have noticed something here that with the names of the women, they do not accept dhammatan or they do not accept two strikes. So we will not put tanween on that. We will put only one dhamma on that. And if you might be thinking like, why is that? As of now, you only need to know that the names of the women do not accept tanween. And inshallah, when we proceed into the course, then we will come to know about the reason as well. Mariamu min aina anti. And first we will read and then we will look at the translation. Zainabu ana min Misr. Mariamu hal anti Misriya. زينب نعم أنا مصرية. وما جنسيتك أنت؟ مريم أنا سورية. أنا من سوريا. زينب أهلا وسهلا. Now let's have a look at the meaning. Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. Wa alaikum assalam, and the same meaning. Min aina anti, where are you from? Now you can see here that when we have kasra on this word anti, so that is used for two, or that is basically used for a women. Zainabu, ana min Misr, and Zainab says, I'm from Egypt. And Maryam says, Hal anti Misriyatun, are you Egyptian? So for the masculine, we used ya with tashdid. And for the feminine, we also use ya with tashdid, but we have to make sure that we add this ta, rounded ta, or that is called ta marbuta, because this is the sign of for feminine. So this is the sign of femininity. So when you want to talk about man, he says misriyun, but when you talk about a woman, you say misriyatun. Zainabu na'am ana misriyatun. And then she says, Wama jinsiyatuki anti, and what is your nationality? So if you have ki after that, you have to use anti. Maryam says, Ana Suriyatun, Ana min Surya, I am Syrian, I'm from Syria. So again, Suriyun for the masculine and Suriyatun will be used for the feminine. This ta is the sign of feminine. Zainabu, Ahlan wa Sahlan, welcome. Al-Mufradat, vocab, Al-Ard, the presentation, Unzur, Wastami, Wa'id. Now you have to practice this. Find someone to practice with. If you can find a colleague or anyone else, you can just sit and talk to that person. And if you don't find anyone, you can practice by yourself sitting in front of the mirror. Ma jinsiyatuka, what is your nationality? So for the masculine, we say ka. And for the feminine, we say ma jinsiyatuki, what is your nationality? Ana means I, and ana means I. And ana is used for both masculine and feminine, the same as we use in English. When a woman says ana, she says I, and when the man says ana, he means I as well. So as we use I for masculine and feminine in English, similarly we use I for both ana for both masculine and feminine. Pakistan, it's a country. Pakistan, Turkey, Turkey. Misr is Misr, Egypt, and Syria is Syria. And then when we talk about the nationality, as I told you, Pakistaniyun, Turkiyun, and then we have Misriyatun and Suriyatun, as we can see over here, that the ya is always there, and this ya comes with tashdid. But for the masculine, we add only ya, but for the feminine, we add ya, and with that, we add ta marbuta, or the rounded ta, which is basically the sign of feminine. Tadrib, now you have practice. Sil bain al kalimati wa surat al munasibati. Now what we have to do, we have to connect between al kalima, the word, and the surah picture, al munasibati, suitable or the appropriate. So now we have to connect between the appropriate picture and the word. Sil is fi'l al-amr, that means connect. Baina means between, and al-kalima means word, and surah means picture, and al-munasiba means appropriate. Pakistan and Pakistani. So if you see here, um, Pakistan is country, so you will put here Pakistan, and when you talk about the nationality, you will say Pakistani. Similarly, Misr, Egypt is the country, and then Misriyun means Egyptian. What we have to do, we have to connect between the appropriate picture and the word. Similarly, we have Syria, so that's the country, and Suriyun, that is the nationality. Similarly, Turkey is the country, and Turkiyun is the nationality. Al-Hiwaru Thalithu, now we have dialogue number 3. So as you can see here, these books have lots of practice where we have lots of speaking as well, and it's followed by the grammar rules. So believe me, if you complete this course, like sitting properly and doing it seriously, you will not need anything else, whether it comes to learning the modern standard Arabic or Quran, or whether you're interested in speaking proper Arabic. أحمد أحمد السلام عليكم. بدر وعليكم السلام. أحمد هذا أخي هو مدرس. بدر أهلا وسهلا. أحمد هذا صديقي هو مهندس. الأخ أهلا وسهلا. أحمد مع السلامة. بدر مع السلامة. Now let's have a look at the translation. So, Assalamu alaikum again. We have learned about this. Hada akhi, this is my brother. So now we are learning something new. This is called Ismul Ishara. Basically, it's called demonstrative pronoun that is used to point towards a person, singular masculine person. So if there is someone who is singular and who is masculine, as you can see here in this picture, so he is pointing towards him and he says, Hada akhi, this is my brother. Yeah, we have learned about it. That means my brother. Huwa mudarrisun, he is a teacher. Badr says Ahlan wa sahlan, that is basically used to say welcome. Ahmed hada sadiqi, huwa muhandisun, this is my friend, he is an engineer. And you know that here the ya is used for possession, to say my friend. As we use in English, we use my, so in Arabic we use ya mutakallim. Al-akh, the brother, says Ahlan wa sahlan. Ahmed says Ma'as salama, and Badr says Ma'as salama. So that's a way of saying goodbye when you are leaving someone. So we say Ma'as salama. And that basically means may the peace be with you. So here we have learned about hada, and hada means this, and we use it to talk about or to point towards one person that is masculine. So this is something new that you have learned over here when we talk about the grammar. الحوار الثالث, dialogue 3. انظر واستمع وأعد. Now we have the ladies. So for the ladies, you will see that the demonstrative pronoun or ismul ishara will change accordingly. Nada, assalamu alaikum. Huda, wa alaikum assalam. Nada, هذه أختي هي طبيبة. Please repeat with me. Huda, أهلا وسهلا. ندى هذه صديقتي هي طالبة. الأخت أهلا وسهلا. ندى مع السلامة. And Huda says مع السلامة. Now let's have a look at the meaning and bit of grammar as well. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. هذه أختي. Now when you are pointing towards one person feminine, so we will use هذه, as you can see here. Opposite to hada. Hada is used for singular masculine and hadihi is used for singular feminine. And when you're pointing towards that person, hadihi ukhti. Now, one more thing you have to remember. When you're pointing towards some person, you have to make sure that the ismal ishara and the person they are equal in gender. You will say hadihi ukhti. You cannot say hadihi akhi. That will be a mistake. So you will say hadihi ukhti. And similarly, hiya means she, and you say hiya tabibatun, she is a doctor. So we learned about huwa means he, and when you say hiya, that means she, and you say she is a doctor, hiya tabibatun. Again, the same thing here. You have to make sure that when you say hiya, the word that follows it must be feminine, because hiya is used for feminine. If you are saying huwa, you will say huwa tabibun for masculine, huwa tabibun. But for the feminine, you have to make sure that the ishara and the word and the one that you are talking about, they are equal in gender. Huda says ahlan wa sahlan. هذه صديقتي. In the previous dialogue, it said هذا صديقي. But here you will say هذه صديقتي. You have to make sure that you use feminine after هذه. And then again, هي طالبة. She is a student. الأخت, the sister, أهلا وسهلا, welcome. And then and then she says مع السلامة, and مع السلامة, that is goodbye. المفردات, الأرض. Now we have the presentation here and the vocab over here. انظر واستمع وأعد. مدرس teacher. طالبة student. طبيبة doctor. مهندس engineer. أخ brother. أخت sister. صديق friend. صديقة friend. So صديق is used for masculine and صديقة is used for feminine. Now here you have your grammar part, and as you can see here, هذا means this, and it is used to point towards one person who is masculine. هذه means this, and it is used for feminine. And then we have the pronouns. Then we have, when we talk about the personal pronouns, basically. So huwa means he, and it is used for masculine, singular masculine, and hiya means she, and it is used for singular feminine. So this is your grammar part, which you can make your own, like kind of chart, and you can make your own points if you want to. تدريب again. صل بين الكلمة والصورة المناسبة. Match the word with the appropriate picture. So inshallah, in this lesson number 1, I will make sure that I provide you with the translation of all the instructions that we have, so that you become familiar with the words, with the new information. But inshallah, when we proceed into lesson number 2, 3, and 4, the same text will be repeated again and again, and inshallah by that time you will not need the translation. So now you have to connect between two pictures and the words that are the same. So mudarrisun. So we can see that here mudarrisun is teacher, and then we have talibatun, that is a student. Sadiqatun is used for feminine, so here friend, and sadiqun is used for masculine. So that's how you are going to connect. Tabibatun is used for doctor, so here tabibatun, wa muhandisun huwa muhandisun. Similarly, we have hada, so hada is used for singular masculine, and hadihi is used for singular feminine. Again, there is lots of practice. It's up to you now to practice as much as you can. Mufradatun idafiyatun. Now we have some additional vocab. And in the additional vocab here, we have something very important. We have the numbers. Numbers are very, very important in Arabic language. So we have to make sure that we learn them properly. Wahidun, ithnani, thalathatun, arba'atun, khamsatun. التدريب صل بين العدد والصورة المناسبة. So now you have to connect between the basically between the picture and the appropriate picture and the number. So for example, here, if you see this is 1, so you will connect it with 1. Here we have 4, so we will connect with arba', basically arba'atun. Here we have 3 books, so thalathatun, and here we have 2 books, so ithnani, and then we have 5 books, it will be khamsatun. And please remember that these numbers are being used for the masculine noun. For example, the noun kitab is masculine, and then the number that we are using are wahidun, ithnani, thalathatun, arba'atun, and khamsatun. التراكيب النحوية, so we call them like grammatical constructions. And now what you have to do, تبادل السؤال والجواب مع زميلك كما في المثالين. Exchange. تبادل means exchange, and تبادل السؤال والجواب. So now you have to exchange questions and answers with your colleague or classmate, as in the 2 examples. So what are the examples? هل أنت باكستاني؟ نعم أنا باكستاني. So here you see that we have the question here. We have the word Pakistani, and then you say هل أنت Pakistaniyun. Here we have the feminine Pakistaniyatun. So you say Hal anti Pakistaniyatun? Na'am ana Pakistaniyatun. Now the second one is Turkiyun. So you will say Hal anta Turkiyun? And the second person says Na'am ana Turkiyun. And for the feminine, for example, here Turkiyatun. So the feminine person will say Hal anti Turkiyatun? And the second person will say Na'am ana Turkiyatun. And then we have Misriyun. So here for the masculine, Hal anta Misriyun? Na'am ana Misriyun. And for the feminine, Hal anti Misriyatun? Na'am ana Misriyatun. And then the last one is Suri. So Hal anta Suriyun? Na'am ana Suriyun. And Hal anti Suriyatun? Na'am ana Suriyatun. Hati jumalan kama fil mithal. Give a sentence as in the example. Hati means give or bring. For example, if someone is next to you and you say, bring water for me, so you will say, Hati alma, bring water. Al-mithalu, hada akhi huwa mudarrisun. Now here we have the use of hada and then we have the use of huwa. Hada is demonstrative pronoun that is used to point towards something, and huwa is a personal pronoun that is used to talk about someone. So هذا أخي هو مدرس. From this picture here, so you look at the example. Here you say هذه أختي هي مدرسة. Similarly هذا صديقي, and you say هو طبيب. And similarly you say هذه صديقتي هي طبيبة. And similarly هذا أخي هو مهندس, and هذه أختي هي طالبة. As I told you, it depends on the person. If you're talking about masculine, then you have to use the masculine pronouns, and if you're talking about feminine, then you have to use the feminine pronouns. التدريب تبادل السؤال والجواب مع زميلك كما في المثال. Exchange questions and answers with your colleague as in two examples. من أين أنت? Now if you want to ask someone like where he is from, so you will say من أين أنت? أنا من Pakistan. And here we have the example, and based on this example, question number one is من أين أنت? And question number two is أنا من Pakistan. Now, if you're talking to a feminine, you will say min aina anti, and then the answer will be ana min Turkiya, and for I means ana. Similarly, min aina huwa, where is he from? Huwa min Syria, huwa min Syria, he is from Syria. Min aina hiya, where is she from? Hiya min Misr, she is from Egypt. Min aina anti, where are you from? Ana min Pakistan, I am from Pakistan. So now you have beautiful dialogues here where you're practicing as you can see, you're practicing anta, wa ana, and anti, and huwa, and hiya. So lots of practice, as you can see over here. Hati jumalan kama fil mithal. Give a sentence as in the example. Ismi Khalidun. So now you can see here we are using ya al mutakallim, or the ya of possession, where you want to say that something belongs to you. So Khalid says Ismi Khalidun. Khalil says Ismi Khalilun. Khadija says Ismi Khadijatu. Muhammadun says Ismi Muhammadun. And Fatima says Ismi Fatimatu. So basically, this ya is used for both for the masculine and for the feminine. Hati jumalan kama fil mithal. This is التمرين الخامس. So this is our exercise number 5. Hati jumalan kama fil mithal. So now you have to give sentences as you can see in the picture. Al mithal, as you can see here, person here, Turkiyun wa Turkiya. Ana Turkiyun, ana min Turkiya. And similarly here, Suriyatun wa Suriya. So you say, if you're a feminine, you say, ana Suriyatun, ana min Suriya. Ana Misriyatun, ana min Misr. Ana Pakistaniyun, ana min Pakistan. Ana Turkiyatun, ana min Turkiya. And ana, when we read it, make sure that you don't prolong it. You don't say ana. It's simply ana, like there is one strike or one fatha over there. In reading, it will be like this, and in writing, it will be like this. Ana min Turkiya. So, Alhamdulillah, lots of practice over here. And once again, let me remind you that now it's your responsibility to sit and practice. Initially, in lesson number 1, I will make sure that I go through all the exercises of the lessons so that you get used to the idea of like the pattern of the books and the exercises of the books, and you are also able to understand the text of the questions as well. However, it's really extensive. There are around 15 or 20 or 25 exercises, so it may not be possible to go through all the exercises because some of them are for listening, some of them are for writing. So inshallah, I will provide you with solutions of the first lesson, and then for the second lesson, I will expect from you to do most of the exercises by yourselves. انتهى الدرس اليوم. مع السلامة.